we got to stop at something that we put on the map first, man. The tank for blank movement is real. Okay, it is really real. Unfortunately, we done had a couple things happen in the last couple of days since we didn't talk to y'all. But selecting the right cheap first round QB prospect though is everybody's like building block for the foundation. That's how you do it. You get the cheap one and you get them high class and hope they hit, right? These some Heisman contenders out here, and these some dudes that you might want. Is any of these dudes worth tanking for, Stix? Hey, let's put some cases out here. Come on.
Well, first of all, is it really tanking when you don't have any first round picks when you're that bad and you're giving them all up?
Like who?
Your Rams.
Okay.
Denver Broncos.
There's a way to, there's a will, there's a way. Okay, so think about who's in these positions right now. Houston needs a quarterback all day long, right? So you know that they are in the mix. They are always in the mix, okay? And then you got Chicago, probably not in the mix for a quarterback, you'd probably say at this point. The way Denver's going, I mean, they might make a U-turn. You know what I'm saying? If linemen got to keep telling your quarterback what needs to happen. The Jets, who knows? New Orleans, definitely, I would say at this point. Carolina.
I don't know why they haven't given Jameis back that starting spot yet. It doesn't make any sense.
They just like giving out free money. So who are these candidates, right? So there's a lot of big time guys out here putting up some big numbers, man. We got the main candidates that you would consider tanking for. Stix is going to tank for CJ Stroud. Stix would tank for Caleb, Superman Williams, USC. Stix tanks for Bryce Young, Alabama.
After what I saw Max Duggan do today, I mean, that guy might not be too bad either.
Stetson Bennett, Michael Penix. Don't get it twisted.
So, and I think, I don't know what you got. I don't know what you found on the Heisman. I mean, I went and looked and I researched a couple of the websites and the sports books trying to figure out what some of these odds are. And they're all over the place, right?
They are.
And I think the main ones that I got from the websites that were considerably the same. You said Caleb Williams from USC. He's a sophomore, and if I remember correctly, that Aaron Barcott was telling us, and he'd know more, but I guess he's not eligible to come out because he's not old enough or something.
We'll give him a year. Okay.
But you got Caleb Williams, and then you had CJ Stroud, and you had Stetson Bennett, and you had Bryce Young, and then they also had like Blake Corum, the only running back that they actually mentioned from Michigan was in there.
Yeah.
And when I saw recently was the Caleb Williams was the minus
favorite
3,500 favorite or something like that.
I think it was 350.
350. Okay.
I think I heard something like that too. The numbers ring a bell. Yeah.
Yeah. So minus 350. And after yesterday's performance, I don't think that. I mean, he did get hurt. You know, give him credit. I mean, he played his balls off.
He was balling before that. So he was balling before that. And even before that, last week in a huge, you know what I'm saying, knuckle up matchup against Notre Dame. Oh my God, man. Nothing but efficiency. 18 for 23 is the numbers I got. And not a lot of yards, but it was a touchdown in that. And he ran for 3 of them himself. I was thinking he's real valuable in that situation after I watched that game. After this week, I still say yes, but now I say that he has to come back. He has to do it to him. He got to come back and do it again. He has to do it to him. You can't just go off of this. I don't think this is the move. This is the time to go for him. That's why. So Houston should probably take them off the out of the mix, even if he could come out. I wouldn't consider him now. Do I think that he's the number one guy? I'm gonna hold that for later. Go ahead.
I mean, in all, like I said, after today, from what I saw from Max Duggan, that would probably be my Heisman pick.
Okay,
but a close second. I think they're still going to have to look at Hendon Hooker, even though he tore his ACL or whatever for the Heisman. I still think he should be in contention with 3,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions and 175 passer rating, which was
Tough
like number
injury.
3 in all of college football.
Tough injury.
And then I think the dark horse that you would have to look at would be obviously the hometown UW guy, Michael Penix, like you referenced earlier, led everyone in passing, 4,300 yards, 66% passing completion percentage, right in the middle of the pack with all the other 20 to, they're all the same from 19 to 25 or whatever passer rating. I think that's a good one. And then I think a sleeper, which is weird that he's not even mentioned in this, is Bijan Robinson from running back from Texas, averaged 6.1 yards a carry, had more yards and more average per carry than Blake Corum, who they're talking about, just because Corum's from Michigan and he's, had a good year, but they both have the same amount of touchdowns, 18. That'd be a good one. So if you're asking me if I'm the Houston people, I think they're going to go with probably like a Stetson Bennett, who's an older, Max Duggan, they're both seniors, but I'm thinking that they'd go with like a Stetson Bennett kind of pocket passer.
With a top 3 pick? No, get up out of here. Come on, man. We talking about I got to build this franchise.
Yeah, but I'm
the Texans.
How have the Ohio State quarterbacks done when they come out? Like you referenced this yourself, homie. So you want CJ Stroud?
Okay, no.
Or Bryce Young?
Yes.
Bryce Young, maybe. But you've already seen how reckless he is and how hurt he can get.
Okay. All right. Okay. So very good point about the Texas running back. Very good point. Beautiful guy. He is going to make somebody very happy like Breece Hall did.
Yep.
Right? He's going to do that. He's going to make somebody very happy like my man's did. Young dude, K9 that's playing right now. Why did I space out on that? That's what I've been telling people since Michigan. But anyway, Michigan State, not an opportunity for a Heisman for him. Great numbers. Both of those dudes, got overshadowed. I think that their problem is this year they got overshadowed by all of this quarterback play. Yeah. Good call. Shout out to you for the call for bringing Double H back in the mix. Hendon Hooker, oh my God, that would have been my beginning guy. That's the guy I project to be on the level with my man Jalen Hurts. He ain't gonna be Lamar Jackson and be too wild, right? He gonna be right in this space right here because he wants to be in that space. I like him. Unfortunately, I hope he shout out to him. I hope he get well from that injury and come back and do something with his career.
Yeah, especially since he's the only senior, or no, I guess he's a senior, and then Stetson Bennett and Max Duggan are seniors too.
Yeah,
but I would think I like that. I would think Hendon Hooker would still have to be your guy.
That was my guy. The injury did something to me. I can't be. I know quarterbacks how it goes with injuries. It could be nothing and turns out and come back out and do something, as we see with Tua. Heisman is a wrap. You got to give it to Caleb. It's done. Okay, you have to. Absolutely, with everything that all the numbers total front to back, they're going to give it to him. It's USC, it's big. They got the most Heisman people, all of that. They're going to do that. Now, am I going to build a foundation of my franchise with a cheap quarterback? I got to get a cheap quarterback. First round in a top 10 pick so I can get the best one. And I'm Houston. I need this money so I can get defense, so I can get wide receivers. I got to take Bryce Young. You got to have Bryce Young right now and take that shot. Do you think that Bryce Young is a better prospect than Trey Lance?
Yes.
Easy. He even played better comp. That's all I'm saying, just in that. So if everybody's looking at Trey Lance like he could be something, this dude is a lot more disciplined in the pocket. He's not out here just running wild like he wants to be a clone of Kaepernick. He's not trying to do that. He's trying to be like that and more like Jalen. Like, I'm going to run because y'all gave it to me. I just took it. I was sitting up here trying to hit AJ, you know what I'm saying? Or hit these wide receivers out here. That's what I think. So I think that the play this year is for Houston or any of these guys, the no-lose bet on your cheap guy, who you want to tank for as these last a couple weeks, 5 weeks come down to it. These teams got to be positioning themselves for Bryce Young if he don't get hurt. I don't care what he do in a bowl game.
So Bryce Young was your consensus over best quarterback that you should take if you're tanking for blank, right?
I mean, if you're telling me Caleb can't come out, that's the guy I want. If I'm the Rams, that's the guy I want. I want him to lock him up. He's not a Southern California kid, but he played for SC. He's already got the swag. He's already got the money. He's already living it up down there. If the Rams make a move one way or another, keep him there then. Let's do it again next year. Let's take the, you know what I'm saying? We need that swag in LA. That's what we need. Now, I'll take Bryce Young if I was the Rams, you know what I'm saying, and be pocket pass and bring Cooper Kupp. That's beautiful too. But I think that the fit is better with the Caleb situation for the Rams. But the Rams don't look like they're in tanking mode, even though Stafford's on IR. But I get it.
Well, and they don't have a first round pick till the year 2032 or something.
They got money though. They got money and guys. You know what I mean? What if I told you that I'm not really attached to Matt Stafford?
Well, I would have to agree with you since he's probably going to about ready to retire anyways with all of his head injuries and.
So Matt Stafford can do his. You're
gonna need a quarterback one way or another.
Yeah, he already got his. He already did his Peyton Manning. He already did his Phillip Rivers move, except for Phillip Rivers didn't win his. He can go off and maybe he can go do this little last team and work out the last bits of his contract and call it a day. Get his one last year in and work out whatever it is with whoever and do it like that. Go back to Detroit. I don't know. Play for the Chargers. Well, you can. Well, no, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. But I mean, go play somewhere. Yeah, I mean, not in the cold. I mean, if you're Matt Stafford and you played in LA, you don't want to go play for somewhere wild, somewhere stupid that doesn't fit the script. That wouldn't be comfortable for your family. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to come up. Well, actually, I would want to come up here if I was Matt Stafford. Wouldn't you? Y'all would take Matt Stafford, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I don't know why they're thinking. We'll probably get into this some other time, but I don't know why they think about paying Geno $30 million. I mean,
you can't.
You're going to get a top quarterback. You could get a top quarterback in this draft with that pick from Denver as it's looking at so far. So
good call. That Denver's pick is theirs. Oh.
Yeah, that Denver pick is theirs. So who's your let's close this out, but who's your pick for the Heisman then? You Bryce Young repeat?
No, Bryce Young can't do it. They took too many L's, too many ups and downs. I think you still have to give the Heisman to Caleb Williams off the injury and even the loss in the Pac-12 title.
All right, I'm going with Hendon Hooker. I think they're going to reward him for his play, even though he didn't get to finish out the season.
That would be cool too.
And
who you building around? Who would you tell if you got 5 weeks left in the season and all 3 of these dudes are on the board? They're coming up. All of them are eligible. Who is the guy number 1 pick of
the quarterbacks to get into the start to get a freshman? I'm going with, if he comes out, I'm going with Michael Penix because he gives you a little bit more mobility and he's the same thing as you were saying about who were you saying that about? Because Bryce Young is not the person that's he's reckless to me. So, Michael Penix isn't as reckless. He could still run if he needs to, but he's got a good arm. He can.
Oh, Double H.
He can
Double H.
It. Oh, Hooker.
Hooker.
Hooker. So Hooker's that same build. If Hooker didn't get hurt, then he'd be for sure the number 1, like you said. Kind of sways you away from that. Out of the quarterbacks for me. But yeah, I'd go with Penix off this list if he comes out, and Hooker would still be a good go-to.
Yeah, it'd be real interesting to see how Hooker does in the combine and all of that. If he can get enough time to get ready, because I think he can be impressive, a lot more impressive than my boy Zach was, and he was pretty impressive if you remember.
Pretty impressive off the field, evidently. Got to give a quick shout out to my Knowles finishing 13 in the poll there, and then UW football with the 6-game winning streak at the end. They got to number 12. I think in the coaches poll, UW was actually number 9. Couple tough losses. I think they lost to Arizona State and UCLA back to back. But yeah, nice outcome for UW. But I wonder if Penix is going to stay there. from the talk with the UW fans out there, it sounds like obviously they want him back for one more year, and it sounds like he will probably be going back. So another one of those Heisman watches for next year if he doesn't come out this year. So that NIL money to keep him happy.
Yeah, well, hey, they'll get some of this Duke's Chowder Bowl money that coming up, whatever bowl they'll land in, because UW gonna get some money from these sponsors on this bowl activity, and that'll give them some exposure, and it will be interesting to see how bowl situations work this year with all these sponsors plus NIL money floating around. It'll be interesting to see how many different faces, national faces, we get to see now that they try to make sure that we know about.